Hello and welcome to Emma Reads Reddit. I'm reading from r/AskReddit where user BB345687 asked, "What has your pet accidentally conditioned you to do?" Change the water in her bowl. It can be all the way to the top and she'll stand there staring at it until I take the bowl, dump it and refill it with fresh water. Check the mail every day. He's so excited to walk to the mailbox with me, it reminds me to actually do it. Sleep with my legs at cat length apart. She likes to sleep in between them. Before I run in the morning, I usually scarf down a banana. Ever since we got my sweet dog, I scarf down about 2/3 of my banana and he gets the last part. It's become our little thing, an unspoken agreement. Weaving his name into any song I can for no reason whatsoever. Two things. My dog Rusty always puts his front paws on me and I always hugged him, so now, when he's anxious, he'll give me a hug and I'll hug him back. The other one is when I get ice, he always begs for one, so now, without thinking, I always toss him an ice cube. Calm down when I start to lose my temper or get frustrated. Whenever he hears me sigh or swear, he runs to me, rests his chin on my arm or leg and looks up at me with concern. This has made me so aware of how my energy can impact those around me, and I've really got my anger under control since he started doing this. He's one of the goodest boys and I'm grateful for him every day. My girlfriend's older cat makes me pick her up to drink running water from the bathroom sink. I also got to pick her up on the dryer to eat, even though she can easily make the jump. Run towards the door when they start dry heaving. Yes. I have a cat that plays fetch very insistently. She brings me her toy mouse and if I don't throw it for her, she sits on my laptop keyboard. Of course, this all started when I would throw the mouse to keep her from sitting on my laptop. My mother's dog tells her when it's time for her evening meal. As in, my mother's evening meal. The dog knows she eats after my mother, so when she starts to get peckish, she goes and bugs her to start cooking. When I go back to visit, we'll be sitting chatting and the dog will sidle in and become a presence in the room for maybe 30 seconds, until my mother casually looks at her watch and says, "I suppose we'd better think about eating." She's completely unaware of what triggers her decision. Yell, "Floor food!" whenever I'm cooking and I drop something, or go crunch, crunch, crunch when I'm chopping veggies, so my dog knows I have extras for her. This wasn't accidental. I have a kitten about 5 months old. Every morning I wake up and feeding him is one of the first things I do. In the first couple months, in his little brain, he learned that me waking up equals food. About a month ago, he started waking me up, looking to expedite the process, jumping on me, meowing loudly, running across the bed, whatever gets me out of bed. I usually wake up around 6 AM for work. I guess that was too late for breakfast, as over the course of about a week, this kitten would wake me up about 15 to 20 minutes earlier every day. This started on a Sunday, and it wasn't until Friday that I was woken up and realised it was 4:30 AM. It was then that I realised I'd been outsmarted by a kitten and I was being conditioned to feed him in the middle of the night. Now if he wakes me up early, he gets locked out of the room until I'm ready to get out of bed. He doesn't wake me up anymore. One of my dogs has several barks, a play bark and a squirrel bark, and other dog things that are normal dog barks. He also had what we called his emergency bark. The emergency bark is what he does when he thinks there is a serious danger. It is extremely loud and makes us jump every time. He usually reserves it for things like the time I fell down the stairs and he scream barked for my husband to help, or when someone is in our front yard, or when he cornered a possum in the backyard. However, since my husband started working from home, this dog barks his emergency bark at my husband if he tries working past 4 PM. My husband has now learned to stop working at about 3:50 every day to avoid that jarring sound. When I come home, my dog comes to the door all excited, wagging her tail, making this woo 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 sound. It's not quite howling, but it's not barking either. I started to woo 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 back to her because it amused me, but now if I don't, the sound she makes will turn into barking, which is very noisy and unpleasant. So basically she's trained me to have this dumb woo 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 conversation with her in order to keep her from yelling at me. Shuffle my feet instead of walking when it's dark so I don't step on my small black cat. I have done that a few times. When I get up to go to the bathroom, I stand in the door and wait for my elderly cat to come in before I close the door. He likes to keep me company. If he doesn't come in right away, I'll call for him, and if still nothing, I'll start walking around the house looking for him. You can't go to the toilet without getting your cat come in first. My wife just got out the cat's chair on our front porch after he strolled up and meowed. Crazy thing is, it's not our cat. Everything her little heart desires, because I'm an idiot sucker and she knows it. My parents' cat prefers to drink water directly from the tap. Every night before bed, he'll hop onto their sink and meow until someone turns on the tap for him. Then when he's done, he'll meow again until someone turns off the tap and carries him to bed. Save the last part of everything I eat for him. Leave space next to my pillow for him to cuddle next to. Though often both cats want to sleep there, and I have what I call my cat hat to sleep in. She's a tracker, so whenever she needs something, she'll just walk me to it. So now whenever she looks at me and paws at my foot, I just follow her. It's just a reflex at this point. I have 3 cats, so I am as trained as a seal at SeaWorld. Here are just 3. In the evenings, Icy will sleep on the living room furniture. If I get up to get a drink, she will stretch and roll over, demanding belly rubs. And she wants me to tell her she's a pretty girl. If I don't pet her and tell her that, she will meow at me when I come back. Luna likes to know where I am at all times, so she will call out to me and expect me to answer. I know the meow that means, "Lisa Simpson fan, where the hell are you?" She won't stop until I answer her. Mr. Saucy Pants is a big baby, so he needs lots of reassurance, and I have to leave the bathroom door cracked so he knows he can get to me if he's scared. If I don't, this little paw sidles under the door and he cries. The only time I shut the door is if other people are here. The cats run the house. Yell her name when she barks. It's just automatic now. Lift the covers in my sleep so he can crawl in. He aggressively headbutts until he gets his way, so now I just do it to avoid a mean bonk to the face with a hard furry skull in the night. She will look towards the kitchen and back at me with a smile. Then she gives me a little wag and looks at the kitchen and back at me with a cute little smile. She's telling me she wants a treat. My cat Kevin loves to drink water out of the sink, so every morning when I get up I fill up the bathroom sink with an inch or 2 of water. He also loves to bat things into the sink, so I grab a couple of Q-tips and set them next to the edge so he has something to scooch in there. I've shared this before, but I got my dog Snoopy when I was 10 years old, and ever since he was a puppy, he had this weird love for lettuce. He would go absolutely nuts for it, so whenever I had a sandwich or a burger, I would give him some of my lettuce. Over the years, it became a ritual that whenever I prepared any food for myself that involved lettuce, I would grab some extra lettuce for him so I could toss it to him as I ate. He passed away 5 years ago after nearly 17 years together, but I still find myself grabbing that bit of extra lettuce for him. It's kind of funny that this little quirk has stuck with me for all these years, and I honestly never want it to go away, because it's a little way for me to remember him. "I'm not crying, you're crying!" I talk in a very female voice to my dog. She was abused, rescued, and was scared of men, so being a man, I just changed my voice when I would talk to her. Every time I stop petting my dog, she reaches out and taps me with her paw, sometimes quite insistently. Of course, who can resist that? I keep petting her every time. If I go to the bathroom for any reason, my cat will wait outside and then lead me to the kitchen for kitty treats. I don't even resist these days. The nice thing is, she doesn't even look back, just ambles into the kitchen as soon as I'll be right behind her. My cat Bo runs into another room when I get his treats out. He knows looking is cheating, so that he can come back in and hunt for when I place them around the living room. He won't eat them if I place it on the ground at his feet. Little weirdo. I have started leaving the shower curtain open, so when I go pee, he jumps into the bathtub and gazes lovingly into my eyes while he pisses down the drain. He started yelling at me and scratching at the shower curtain until I opened it. Now it's our daily bonding ritual. No, his litter box isn't dirty or messy, he just is really weird. I also cannot eat Cheetos or cheese puffs in front of him, or he will jump on me and try to get at them. He is a goddamn maniac for cheese. He will try and steal the bag. Not snapping my fingers because he hates it apparently. Whenever my cat does something bad, I hiss at her. Not aggressively, just enough so she'll understand not to scratch the couch, jump on the table, etc. Since she doesn't understand the concept of no. We got a kitten about a month ago, so I've started to need to discipline him more often. Anyway, my friend was annoying me the other day, and out of pure habit I hissed at him. The people around me just turned in my direction. I felt like a psychopath. LMAO. So when my cat was just a kitten, I thought it'd be a good idea to pet her while she eats, as many animals get skittish whenever there's people nearby while they're eating. Worked well, except for now, she just bitches at me to pet her whenever she eats. She'll eat without me petting her, but she'll be vocally upset about it. Talk like an idiot. My cat has 3 legs, so he can't bury his poop, and I follow him out when he poops to cover it for him, or if he gets anxious. I'm not sure exactly when this started, but I'm officially a shit shoveler. Every morning, after she eats her breakfast, she has to go on a car ride. She will cry and howl by the door until I have fulfilled her wish of her morning car ride. Some mornings she poops after breakfast and then proceeds to take her stance at the car, waiting on me like I'm some shit boyfriend who doesn't open the car door for her. Make kissing noises at things. I used to just do it to get my cat's attention, now I accidentally do it at everything I want. Sometimes that can include people. My dog brings me a toy as an offering to get up on the couch with me. I swore I wouldn't let him get the better of me, but now every time I see him coming with a toy in his mouth, I make some space without even thinking about it. I've thrown scraps, crumbs, pizza crusts on the floor at places that are not my home, and then immediately realise Crumb Patrol, my corgi and my mutt, does not work here. Whenever I'm walking without my dog and spot a stick on the ground, I have to consciously resist the urge to pick it up and throw it. She has me well trained. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed what you have heard, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss anything from Emma Reads Reddit.